Textil del Valle has managed to position itself as a leading company in Peru, extending its recognition internationally. It is known for manufacturing garments for prestigious brands such as Ralph Lauren, Patagonia, Lacoste, and Lululemon. Its reputation stands out for its unwavering commitment to rigorous production standards and its ability to meet the demands of these internationally recognized brands. In the 1980s, tax incentives motivated companies to set up in Chincha, a strategic location near cotton fields and spinning mills. In this video, we will talk more about the history of Textil del Valle. History. During this time, Peru positioned itself as a leading global supplier of cotton for knitwear, standing out for the quality of Pima and Tangas cotton. The excellence of the garments, thanks to the talent of Peruvian workers, was essential to meet global market standards. The proposal was attractive, and the late mining businessman Reynaldo Gubbins Granger decided to enter the clothing industry. He has held important positions such as president of the National Society of Mining, Petroleum and Energy, as well as president of Confib. Thus, in November 1987, he established the company Textil del Valle with 135 workers and an initial extension of land of 10,000 square meters. Embracing the promotion of the decentralized industry. This was not the only thing he did, since he had the participation of Ernesto Rashitov, businessman linked to the textile and clothing industry for export, as well as Dr. Fernando Garibaldi and engineer Rafael Comlater. In 1992, engineer Ricardo Brasino joined the team. Through constant reinvestment, the company decided in 1992 to raise the quality of its fabrics to increase the value of its articles. That year, Dr. Garibaldi took over as general manager and led the company's expansion and innovation. This involved infrastructure improvements that fueled its growth. Over the years, a high level of professionalism and technology has been achieved. Together with an excellent source of raw materials, this has allowed them to create high-quality garments, meeting their customers' requirements and offering competitive prices. They were also able to ship products to the United States. The plant expanded from 10,000 to 200,000 square meters. Between 2000 and 2007, their sales grew from $25 million to $60 million a year. Challenges. In 2007, most garment exporting countries, including Peru, offered similar products to the United States market. However, that year changed with the opening of three major fronts. The Asian, led by China, India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and Vietnam. The Central American, Honduras, El Salvador, and Guatemala. And the South American, led by Peru and Colombia. Asian governments bet on the textile industry as a motor for the generation of labor. Institutes were established for the training of workers, technicians, and professionals in the industry. All this movement led to Asia having more than 60% of the import share in the U.S. market for cotton garments. In the case of Central America, they took advantage of free trade agreements with the United States and, faced with strong Asian competition, focused on the production of synthetic garments, mainly polyester. Peru, on the other hand, focused on cotton products without making significant investments in technology, which resulted in its direct competition with the Asian market. The latter had advantages such as lower raw material costs, greater production efficiency, and economies of scale. This made its products a more attractive option in terms of price. However, elements such as proximity to the U.S. market, 13 days of travel compared to 35 from Asia, time zone affinity, 2 hours difference, and the excellent level of Textil del Valle's products made it possible for Peru to maintain its presence in the market without suffering setbacks. Large losses were recorded in the history of Textil del Valle between 2007 and 2020. The company experienced a notable decrease in its share in the main market, the United States. In the United States, in 2017, the company recorded an EBITDA of $1.9 million, which caused concern among both the board and shareholders. That year, they earned revenues of $40 million with the support of 2,450 employees in a challenging context, where the big brands were moving their production to Asia. For a long time, it competed only with its weapon of quality. Meanwhile, countries such as Vietnam and Sri Lanka were also dedicated to optimize production. Textil del Valle, like many other textile companies in Peru, was faced with the challenge of operating as a simple maquiladora. competing only on costs and prices under the conditions of the big brands. This model was not sustainable in the long term, which put at risk a sector that provides employment to more than 400,000 people directly and 300,000 indirectly in Peru. The key to prospering and surviving was to provide additional value and stand out in the market. This with a competitive advantage that was valued by both brands and consumers. A sustainable company. In July 2018, manager Juan Jose Cordova Benavides took the reins as general manager of Textil del Valle and observed that his young audience stood out for having a renewed approach, showing greater concern for ethics and responsibility, especially in relation to climate change and sustainability. These customers are interested in knowing the origin of their clothing, as well as the labor practices and materials used in its manufacture. They opt for garments made ethically and with organic materials. Thus, he came to the conclusion that sustainability could be a crucial distinguishing factor for the company. Since despite the garments having the label "Made in Peru," consumers are unaware of their origin in Textil del Valle. This approach led to a change in the company's strategy. After a few months of this new management, Textil del Valle became the first carbon-neutral textile company in the Southern Hemisphere, reaching a milestone in 2019 by offsetting 18,673 million metric tons of CO2 equivalent. In collaboration with the non-governmental organization AIDER, they dedicated themselves to the preservation of 127,000 hectares of endangered Amazonian forests. Through the Ni Kaniti project, support was provided to 7 communities in Ucayali, providing them with tools for sustainable land management and economic progress through crafts and agricultural methods. B Company. In November 2020, Textil del Valle chose to renew 4 key elements: innovation and development, cost and process optimization, collaboration with the industry, and commitment to sustainability. This has led to it becoming the largest textile company in Latin America to obtain the B Company certification, a global recognition that highlights companies that stand out for their high standards in environmental performance, transparency, and inclusion. This achievement was possible thanks to the implementation of sustainable practices, including a solar power plant and a water treatment and ultrafiltration plant, with investments exceeding $1.2 million. Likewise, it carried out a textile fiber recycling project that earned it recognition for its commitment to sustainability at the Peru Moda event and by Peru. Textil del Valle has been intensively dedicated to promoting sustainability. The focus is not limited only to production, but is also distinguished by being a factory that promotes respect for workers' rights, the environment, and gender equality. This commitment has attracted new clients such as Patagonia and Lululemon, who appreciate these principles. Being able to sell sustainable products is a successful strategy, and we will continue to bet on this path, says Ricardo Bracino, chairman of the board. In 2021, it became a Society of Benefit and Collective Interest (BC), committed to environmental, economic, and social projects with regional impact. The company invested in more than 1,300 solar panels, covering 50% of the energy demand, and also in a reverse osmosis plant. This plant has the capacity to reuse 50% of the water, which is equivalent to 600 cubic meters per day. In addition, it has paid attention to the well-being of its employees with yoga classes and an organic plantation for its dining rooms. ISO 14001 certification. As the first Peruvian textile company to obtain ISO 14001 certification, Textil del Valle has positioned itself as a leader in environmental management, motivating other companies to follow sustainable practices. This certification validates its control over effluents, emissions, and waste. It is renewed every 3 years. The company also follows the lean management philosophy, focused on reducing waste and improving costs, quality, and efficiency in production. Digitalization is crucial in processes, allowing for improved control and decision-making. This positively influences efficiency and the reduction of losses. In 2022, the clothing sector benefited significantly, highlighting the increase in demand experienced by Textil del Valle. This increase was especially notable as it served as a supplier to international brands following production problems in China. The company reported an increase of more than 25% compared to 2021, and expanded its production of clothing with recycled polyester. In addition, in collaboration with an NGO, it promoted the cultivation of organic cotton in Tarapoto. Replacing coca crops, it offered maquila services to other companies as part of this sustainable project. A company that has been recognized on the list of companies that transform Peru 2023 for its significant project in San Martin. Algodón de Vida is the result of the association of 4 companies. GR Algodón Orgánico Peru, cotton cultivation. Mercantil Algodonera, cotton gin. Falacer, spinning mill. Textil del Valle. With the collaboration of Redesign Lab in the conception of the project. Its mission is not only to produce organic cotton, but also to improve the conditions of local farmers. In San Martin, communities face economic challenges and are often forced to resort to unprofitable or illegal activities. This proposal promotes the cultivation of organic cotton as a profitable and sustainable market option. Since its beginning in 2022, 2,800 tons of organic cotton have been grown, which has significantly benefited the local economy. In addition, educational programs aimed at children were launched and reforestation activities were carried out, which contributed to strengthening the region's ecosystem. In total, Cotton of Life benefited approximately 2,000 families, positively impacting the lives of around 8,000 people. Projections. After a challenging 2023, in which excess inventory affected its exports, Textil del Valle is preparing for a 2025 full of opportunities. With the goal of increasing its turnover by 20%, thus reaching $80 million, the Peruvian company is focused on notable growth. In addition, the general manager anticipated a 10% increase in the demand for direct labor. This translates into the hiring of 250 additional collaborators. Currently, Textil del Valle works with 10 brands, focusing on their development, evaluating investments to increase production capacity, with an estimated investment of $5.5 million to increase its capacity by 30%. Textil del Valle is in the pre-feasibility stage of the project. At the same time, the company has started the construction project for its polyester plant in 2024 with an estimated investment of $18 million. The plant focuses on the production of polyester yarns obtained from recycled bottles, becoming the first recycled polyester plant with vertical backward integration in the world. Consolidation. Textil del Valle stands out as a benchmark in the textile industry in Peru. With more than 38 years of experience and an extensive plant located in Chincha that exceeds 100,000 square meters. The company has 2,700 employees and is known for being the most sustainable textile company in the world, manufacturing for renowned international brands. Specializing in knitwear, its product line ranges from polos and t-shirts to jackets and pants, made with a variety of fabrics including jersey, peak, interlock, ribs, and jacquards. The company will be able to guarantee traceability in the manufacturing of its products by incorporating technologies such as blockchain. This will allow consumers to be informed about the origin of the fibers used in their garments. In addition, with 70% of its exports directed to the U.S. market, Textil del Valle also identifies opportunities in the European market. From 2025, a newly established law in Europe will empower manufacturers that demonstrate traceability and use sustainable raw materials. This could pave the way for the company to enter the European market. If you found this content informative, please leave your thumb up and subscribe, as in this way you would be helping us. Please leave us your opinion about the history of this company in the comments. Thank you in advance for watching the video, and we will see you next time.